You've spent weeks picking out the perfect CPU and snapping your motherboard together, but right at the finish line, you hit a wall at the checkout cart. Which version of Windows do you actually buy? Choosing a version requires navigating 3 distinct forks in the road: architecture, 32 or 64-bit, edition, home or pro, and license type, OEM or retail. It is remarkably easy to pay a premium price for advanced administrative features that a standard user will never actually turn on. But going too cheap presents its own risks. Saving $40 today might permanently lock your system out of a corporate network or prevent you from ever using full disk data encryption. Most buyers get stuck here because the marketing jargon, terms like Hyper-V, Active Directory, and BitLocker, is designed for IT professionals, not consumers. To find the right fit, we need to look past the branding and evaluate your specific requirements for network access, data security, and how often you plan to upgrade your hardware. We start with the architecture, 32-bit versus 64-bit. For decades, 32-bit, or x86, was the standard for almost every consumer computer. This chart highlights a 32-bit system's limit. It is hard-capped at roughly 4 gigabytes of RAM. Because modern apps exceed this threshold, it creates a severe performance bottleneck. Compare that to the 64-bit architecture, which unlocks massive memory ceilings, up to 2 terabytes on Pro. Modern CPUs practically require a 64-bit environment to function correctly, which is why Windows 11 dropped 32-bit support entirely. For a modern build, 64-bit is the only viable choice. 32-bit exists exclusively to keep legacy hardware or ancient factory systems on life support. That brings us to the edition, Home versus Pro. This is a choice between a system that stands alone and one that integrates into a larger organization. Windows Home provides the standard desktop but cannot connect to centralized IT management systems. Looking right, Windows Pro unlocks Domain Join, allowing a central server to manage the PC. Pro also includes BitLocker, encrypting your entire drive so data stays protected if stolen. You also get remote desktop hosting, which allows you to log into your office machine and access your files from a remote location. If you need to meet business compliance or data security standards, Pro is a necessity. But for a standalone gaming PC, those administrative tools offer zero benefit for the price. But what happens when a company grows to thousands of devices that all need to be managed simultaneously? This diagram shows Windows Enterprise, which adds high-level tools like AppLocker to control which programs can run, and long-term servicing channels to ensure critical systems stay stable for years. Average consumers can't buy this version. It's only available through specialized volume licensing agreements. You might also see N versions if you're buying a PC in Europe. These versions strip out media players to comply with EU antitrust laws. They are identical to standard Windows in every other way, and you can restore the media functionality with a free download. Unless you're a corporate IT director or shopping in the EU, you can safely ignore Enterprise and N versions entirely. Finally, we have to look at how you actually buy the license. The OEM license is the cheapest entry point, but notice the red padlock. It binds permanently to your motherboard. If the board fails, the license dies, and you must buy Windows again. Compare that to the retail license below, which carries a green transferable icon. Retail licenses link to your Microsoft account. When you build a brand new PC in 3 years, you simply log in, and your license moves to the new hardware automatically. The choice is a timeline calculation. Buy OEM to save money today, buy retail to save money over your next 5 years of hardware upgrades. Let's turn these comparisons into a personalized shopping list. For a gamer or student, the choice is 64-bit Windows Home. Choose an OEM key if you rarely change parts, or retail if you're a frequent PC tinkerer. For small business owners or IT power users, go with 64-bit Windows Pro on a retail license. This ensures you have BitLocker encryption and domain access, with the flexibility to move that license to any new hardware in the future. And for corporate IT directors, Windows Enterprise via volume licensing is the standard. Mastering these tiers ensures you aren't paying for invisible features while guaranteeing your system's security and network capabilities perfectly match your daily workflow.